Hi you guys, welcome back. So I haven't been sitting down to record because they've been doing construction around my apartment for the last 3 weeks. This is going on week 4. So I wanted to just do like a quick Sunday little catch up with you guys. I'm about to go do my Italian family dinner, Auntie Judy with my nieces, like the whole Sunday routine. So before I head out, I figured I would hop on and say hi. How are you guys doing? A lot going on in the world right now. In fact, on that note, I'm excited because since I haven't been able to sit down and record, I've been doing some other stuff behind the scenes, and I'm really excited because I'm opening up a new membership area. So those of you that have been here for a while, you know that I ran a few different memberships in the past, and so this is just, we're evolving. I've been studying meditation with a teacher and with taking classes, Tibetan Buddhism all year long. I've learned a lot, and I want to have a place to share these tools with you guys and just practice more together, and also hang out, do these types of chats, a little more intimate, and also workshops, at least one a month. So that's what the membership will be for, and I'll have like 2 levels. So you can just do like the monthly workshop if you want, or you can hang out and do more. All right, so that's what's coming. So I'm excited about that. And yeah, I was just catching up this morning with a former client. I'm just talking about sort of the state of things, and she told me that she's going to start teaching yoga again, and I think a lot of us are being called to serve. And that would make sense, because I think those of you that have been here, especially if you've been here for many years, you've grown, you've evolved. At a certain point, I think in our journey, it's really important to give back. I know that I'm at the point, and I got to this point last year where I thought, you know what, I just want to take a little break from like hosting programs to actually build my reserves, and find a community and practice on my own and find a place to nourish myself and learn more, so that then I could come back even stronger. So that's why I kind of have been not on a break, because I've been doing things, but work-wise, it's been a bit quiet this year, and that's why. So now that this year is almost coming to a close, I feel like it's a good time to come back around. And, divine timing, because like I said, there's a lot going on for people, and I think the more resourced you are and the more that you have community, the more supportive it is. I'm not saying that it's easy, but it definitely eases some things to be in community together, practicing and doing this type of like-minded spiritual growth and things like this together. So that's my thoughts on that, as far as giving you guys a space and more tools. You know what? I literally have this deck sitting here, so I'm actually going to just pull a card for you guys, and then I'm going to go because I got to run. But let's just see what comes up, because I don't even know. I didn't have like a specific topic that I wanted to talk about today, and I kind of want to leave it a little more open-ended, because I feel like, it leaves room for things to come through. Again, this is what the membership will be for too, because then it gives me more flexibility and an energy exchange, you know what I mean? So let's just see what comes through. What do we need to know today? This is the Divine Feminine Oracle by Megan Watterson. But of course, there's 3 Tibetan goddess cards in this deck, and I pulled one of them. No surprises there. What's under the deck? And then under the deck, it's my Bhago. It says, the warrior saint. I am a warrior of love. My devotion attracts resources and support. As I just said, your devotion to source, the universe, to your enlightenment, to love. We can't receive unless we give, you guys. The only way to really experience love is by loving others. And the only way to experience devotion is to devote yourself. So I'm going to read you guys this one, Vajrayogini, the essence of all Buddhas, and it says, I have the power to make each moment sacred. Everything is material for my liberation. Really think about that. Everything is material for our liberation. And so we know, because this is being human, that, and I talked about this in the free workshop, so if you guys came to the Magic of Purification workshop, then you were there for this, but I taught a 4-step Buddhist purification process as a guided meditation on the call. And suffering is the gateway, you guys, to compassion, to love, to growth. We don't really understand. I know that I didn't, and I think this is just the human condition. We wouldn't know compassion if we didn't know the opposite of it, right? We wouldn't know love if we didn't know hate. We need this like duality to to understand things as humans. And so I think a lot of us find meditation, for example, or spiritual growth things like teachers, practices, different pathways, when we're suffering, when we're struggling is often when we find these things. I didn't start to meditate until I was in despair. I mean, I was at the rock bottom when I started to dabble in this. Not the kind of meditation I'm practicing now, but just in general, like starting to practice this stuff happened after a big ending, and I was really distraught. And so everything's material for our liberation, and in Buddhism that's really true, because they say like we're here in samsara, this realm of suffering, because we're not enlightened yet. And so if we still see suffering, we have work to do. And to not just see it as work, but to see it also as like service, and that this is liberating you. That if we don't understand the nature of reality, how it really is, then we're going to continue the same cycles. And that goes for humanity, what's going on, the violence and things that we see, to not continue to perpetuate this. That's why I teach what I teach, because I know that I can't do it all, but I know that I can help free my own mind so that I'm helping you guys do the same thing. And we have to learn to use what's in our reality as a path of liberating, to become free, to free our minds, right? So I'll just read to you what this card says, Vajrayogini. I love that this one came up. I just feel like this is the path. I don't know, I've been really called to this specific path for a really long time. It's been in my orbit, but it dropped in when I was ready, this past year. So let's see, 117. It says, and I'll read you the little story in the beginning. It says, I have the power to make each moment sacred. Everything is material for my liberation. Vajrayogini is the power we all possess to transform mundane experiences into higher spiritual paths. Vajrayogini is considered the supreme deity of the Tantric pantheon. She's both a Dakini, Tantric priestess, and a female Buddha. According to scholar Miranda Shaw, no other male Buddha, including her divine consort, approaches her metaphysical or practical import, meaning basically she's the essence of all the Buddhas, and to meditate on her brings immediate blessings to the practitioner. Her red body, and you can see that she's like all in red, like my nails. Her red body symbolizes her inner fire, and the flames that surround her represent her exalted wisdom. Her third eye reflects her ability to see through to the reality of all things in the past, present, and future. She carries the Dakini's curved knife, which cuts through all obstacles and illusions, and she holds a bowl of blood, which represents the bliss that awaits when we release the ego's attachment to who we are. Vajrayogini is a central figure in Vajrayana Buddhism. That's not the Buddhism I'm studying Mahayana Buddhism. And she's also a central figure in Tantric initiations. She's considered a meditation deity and comes to a practitioner during a visualization of her form. She helps liberate us from ordinary conceptions and ordinary experiences so that we can see through to the truth of what exists all around us. She's easier to reach during dark times in our lives, like I was saying. Even if we feel far from spiritual, she still wants to liberate us. So it says, when this card comes through, no matter what has happened recently or in the past, Vajrayogini reminds us that we possess the fierce wisdom that transmutes any pain or suffering into deep lessons that free us and bring us more joy. She's the call to wake up if we've fallen into the old myth that something or someone outside of us is going to save us. That's so huge, you guys. She's here to make it loud and clear that what's within us will save us. We can take this moment right here, right now, to turn everything sacred. Her energy is sharp, intense, and uncompromising. She won't let you remain in an illusion or a disempowering story about who you really are. She wants you to sever all the ties to your ego's relationship to a person or to an event in your life and see it again with the third eye. Or even, like they say in our tradition, like with karma and emptiness, like to see things with wisdom that can perceive the deeper spiritual path beneath the human drama. This red female Buddha is the power we all have in every moment to take a seemingly everyday event or an annoyance or an unfortunate occurrence and use it for our own enlightenment. She reminds us that everything is rich material for us to use to elevate our reality as an embodied soul. The meditation prompt here is, can I see the lesson in the chaos? Everything is material for us to use to elevate our reality as an embodied soul. Everything that's happening is material for your enlightenment, you guys. I mean, it's ironic, like I said, all the noise, all the chaos that's been happening around my apartment. Number one, I took it as a sign to get out more, to go outside more, to actually like maybe do some vlogs and take you guys outside and talk outdoors and not just be in the apartment. But also, can we see the lesson that it's easy to practice love and compassion when we're happy, when people are being nice to us. It's easy to meditate when it's quiet, but can we practice when it's hard? Can we practice when there is a lot of suffering? Can we practice when we see a lot of dissonance outside of ourselves? Can we come back within ourselves? Come back into our mind. Start to practice the things that are going to actually free us instead of getting caught up, like it says, in the dramas, in the illusion of separateness, in the illusion of, right versus wrong, me versus you, that there are sides, that there are, again, don't forget, as I remind you guys all the time, when I talk about the practices that I'm studying, this is the highest school of Buddhism, so it's the most radical. It's the most hardcore. No accidents, like I said. I fell into that one for a reason. We all fall into the places where we're meant to be. But I know that, the more that we can come back to ourselves, again, this is why I'm going to hold more space for you guys to actually meditate and do some other practices together, because, every little step helps. So just like it said, can you find the lesson in the chaos? Can you find the lesson in the challenge that's in front of you? And just know that it's not there by accident. It's cause and effect. It's there because there's something to learn from it. So I love you guys. I gotta run. I will be back, like I said, maybe in the evenings, or maybe I'll take you guys outside for some fall walks in New England. Other than that, I will chat with you guys soon, and I'll announce here when the membership is open. Love you guys.